Hey Billy, thank you so much for being the first person to do this kind of video with me. Really grateful for that. Well done on the incredible increase on your channel as it goes, on YouTube. And yeah, hope you're doing well. I'm looking forward to how this video ends up. I don't know if you're going to be, wanting to admit it, but Billy edited this for me. So yeah, thank you so much, and thank you for the time in doing the recording as well.
What's going on, guys? Mark, thanks for having me on this channel. I'm looking forward to this editing challenge in this fun interview style. So, what you got for me, Mark?
So let's introduce yourself, your channel, where we can see your content, YouTube and Instagram, all that kind of traveling Power Ranger content. Plug it all here. Mention the Discord server, all that kind of goodness, right?
So where can you find me? That's pretty easy. I have a link tree, so linktr.ee/tprf. It's probably down here on my screen right now, if I'm a good editor later on today. It's got all my socials there: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all that good stuff, Facebook, you name it. I'm probably on it, and I'm probably using it at a random rate. So if you follow me at all, you'll have a better success rate at finding me at them all.
So what made you want to make the YouTube content that you're currently doing on your channel, and has it changed in your eyes much since you first started doing YouTube? Not quality wise, but the content that you're bringing out, has it changed much?
So I started YouTube as a creative type thing to do during the pandemic, actually. Just like a lot of people, right? I was very bored at home, needed something to do, and I had Power Rangers stuff, so I figured I would make it a YouTube channel. I started on Instagram, decided just to use YouTube to have fun. I think my content has changed quality-wise, but also quantity. I'm producing a lot more frequent content, I think. And I think I'm more comfortable when I make that content now. Before it was kind of awkward, and I didn't have the tools. So with the right editing software and thumbnail making and the right people to support that content, it's changed a lot, and it's been more fun.
We know that you're a big Power Ranger fan. We've seen your collection, but what made you stick or commit or create the content name of the Traveling Power Ranger Fan? You know you're going to tell me off, or I know you're going to tell me off for saying that wrong, but that's our joke, I guess.
So why Traveling Power Rangers Fan? That's actually a great question. Back before the pandemic, when I could travel, I was going to Brussels and Scotland and a few other locations to meet Power Rangers and get my great autograph book signed. So I started an Instagram, and I was like, you know what, Traveling Power Rangers Fan, whatever. And then I just eventually got a logo and all that kind of stuff, and just it rolled out from, summer of 2019 to here we are, the end of 2021, where it's essentially my brand in my mind. I don't know if that's true. I don't know, but so that's why I picked that name. And that's the story.
And obviously, regarding the travelling side of things, you've lived in Germany now for a number of years. We've spoken about relocating on the server a few times now. You're originally from America, but is there another location that you want to be moving to in the near future? And if so, where would that be?
So, where would I want to move? Sorry, I kind of just want to live in Germany. But if I had to move, if just I had to do it, I want to go somewhere where there's nice weather and there's a good Target that I can go toy hunting at that doesn't street date products. That way, when all these Lightning Collection figures come out early, I can grab them.
We've been recording this in November, but it'll probably be uploaded in December at this point. I'm a lazy uploader on YouTube. I'm sorry. So we're a month away from 2022. Do you think you're going to hit the targets that you aimed earlier in this year? Already, I know what them targets were. And if so, what are your targets for December at least? Have you got a set target of 500, 550, 600 kind of subs? And what are them kind of subs are you aiming for 2022?
So do I think I'm going to hit my 500 subscriber goal that equals a giveaway by the end of the year? I hope so. I got a great content lineup for December that I hope is just going to make my subs and views go up, because that just makes me want to keep making content. So into 21, I want to hit 500 subs here on YouTube. And for 2022, I've got a goal for 2 different platforms. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That way I can maybe get monetized and like make a couple cents off this whole thing. And then I'm gonna hit 2,000 followers over on Instagram. I'm in between 800 and 900 right now. So I'd like to see both platforms essentially double throughout next year. And that just means I'm just gonna produce a lot of content that hopefully people like and will keep coming back to watch.
Bit of a bog standard question to start with, Billy, and I've got my phone here so I can read it out so I don't make any mistakes. I want to know what your earliest memory of Power Rangers was. You know, was it a toy? Was it the TV series? Was it a video that you had in your collection? Do you remember seeing a kid walk down the street with a Power Ranger toy and you go, I want that? What was your earliest memory? Did you have a favourite toy growing up, and do you still have it? Or have you bought a replacement for that now? And regarding favourites, did you have a favourite villain? Lord Zed? Nemesis to the White Ranger, maybe? I don't know. Now, I know this answer myself. You've told me this a number of times. But have you ever lost interest in Power Rangers? I mean, personally, I know the answer, like I said. But what season was it that you lost interest? And when did it come back? When did you start watching Power Rangers? When did you get more into it again?
Ooh, you got me with a 3-parter there. All right, part 1. So my earliest memory of Power Rangers and like collecting, but not really, but like my earliest memory, I guess, is like reruns of MMPR being played. And I remember some of my friends had this command center actually with the little voice changer, so I can remember like playing and sounding like Zordon and like thinking it was awesome growing up. But I didn't really have any Power Ranger toys growing up. So like everything I own now, obviously I've just gotten over the past few years. Favorite villain? It's got to be the Green Ranger, right? He had a great long story arc there of being evil, and then he became good, and then ultimately, you know, became the Ranger that's in so many seasons now. And great guy, loved getting to meet him and all that kind of stuff. But I watched Power Rangers until Power Rangers SPD. So that's why when you look at my collection, I pretty much collect the SPD. So like I do have some Beast Morphers, some other stuff like that, but like the whole whatever happened after SPD, I don't really know. Until I picked the show up again with Dino Fury. Netflix made that easier, all that kind of stuff. Hasbro definitely took the show and I think made it better. That's possible for sure, because that's what's happened.
Another bit of a standard question. If you were to make your perfect lineup of 6 Power Rangers, who would they be? And we're going to talk about a red, yellow, pink, blue, green or black Ranger, I guess, and then your 6th Ranger. And if you want to just chuck in a Sensei kind of member, I'll let you do that. It's your video, Billy.
So, dream lineup of Power Rangers, right? That's a great question that everybody always asks, and it always takes a lot of thought, right? You always got to think like, oh, between all the different colors, different seasons, right? So I wanted to have a team that's all different colors, but also from all different seasons. So that would have been hard, right? Because it would have been easy to just say, let me give the 5-member Tommy team plus Lord Draken, right? But my actual lineup, I'm going to go green MMPR, of course. Red in space, Andros was a great leader. I want Lord Draken as my White Ranger because he's awesome. Pink Zeo, she's just great person in like real life, so I think she would just be great to come back to the show, assuming this show is being made type scenario. Yellow Wild Force, she was great. It's a great Yellow Ranger. I think that would be good in this mix-up. And then for my 6th Ranger, I would go with the Quantum Ranger from Time Force. Of course, he's a Red Ranger technically, but that season could have 2 Red Rangers. Why can't my season, right? Like, that's how this is.
So do you actually like what Hasbro are doing currently with the Lightning Collection? The figures themselves, the ridiculously long lead time on some of the things. You know, everyone keeps moaning about the lead time getting longer and longer. Some people got, like, was it May 2022? Some of the figures are coming out, things like that. More and more delays to come, I guess. But do you like what Hasbro are doing currently? Let's not talk about the delays anymore, Mark.
So do I like the Lightning Collection? Based on my display, I'm going to say yes. I like that Hasbro reinvigorated the line. I like that they kind of gave us Power Ranger figures at a good price point, right? $20 to $22 for the main figures, monsters a little bit more. I like that Hasbro is doing what they're doing. I think there's some room for improvement, right? Like we've gotten no actual Lightning Collection Zords yet. They're working on it according to PulseCon. But talking delays, right? Like I can understand how the world is a crazy place right now, and that can cause some delays. But it doesn't, like, it makes sense, I get it, but they're planning these figures so far in advance that I don't quite understand how it can happen. They're doing great with their Star Wars lines, their, Transformers, all that. I would like to see them spend a little bit more time on Power Rangers. I don't want to talk too much bad about the company, being this is your channel, this channel. I don't want to, like, bash Hasbro outside of where I normally would do that. But I like Lightning Collection a lot, yes. I'm excited that, like, we have the new waves announced. I can never understand how, like, Hasbro has a release date for, let's say, 3 months from now, and now the figures are showing up in stores. I'm looking at you, like, Zeo Yellow, In Space Pink, that kind of stuff, right? But overall, to recap after a long rant there, I do like the Lightning Collection.
But obviously, you've got a good selection, if not most, if not all, of the Lightning Collection figures that have come out. Most, I guess. But are there any of them figures that you have or haven't got that you won't want to buy if you haven't got them, or if you have got them that you want to improve? Let's reword that, Mark. Are there any of the Lightning Collection figures that you don't like, disapprove of, and potentially wish they did slightly better? Which ones would they be?
So, I don't have too much issues when it comes to what I'm getting from these $20 figures, right? A lot of people complain about the paint applications and stuff like that, and a lot of us send them to people like Shadow Wiz to get repainted a little bit to make them a little bit more screen accurate. So I would like to see, like, us get a little bit more screen accurate with Lightning Collection. But I also understand, right, they're producing all these figures, they're selling them at a decent price point. I can't expect figure art type quality out of these, right? But I can hope that they will give us a little bit better, like, as we move on in the collection. I do just have one wish, that I wish we could just finish up some of the teams that are still pending. Beast Morphers, we've gotten one Time Force figure. Lost Galaxy is kind of lagging behind here. I would like to see some other teams finished up before we continue into all these other teams that they're starting to launch. Dino Fury, Wild Force, that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's kind of what I would change.
On my channel, I've obviously done the what would you like as your next figure for a wave 12 or 13, and you've kindly been involved in that. But what would you be hoping for regarding for future Lightning Collection figures? Other helmets, weapons, swords, all that kind of stuff. What would you be hoping that Hasbro make for the Lightning Collection for 2022 and onwards?
So, what do I want to see, let's say, Wave 12? Let's just go ahead and get Beast Morphers out of the way, guys. Let's just finish out that season. That way our shelves can be complete. And then I'd like to see some helmets from outside of the realm of Mighty Morphin. I love Mighty Morphin as much as the next guy, right? I literally have tattoos of Mighty Morphin on me. But I would like to see us get a little bit more diverse in this figure world, helmet world, weapons. I'd like to see more frequently, right? We've gotten the Green Ranger dagger out of Lightning Collection. I'd like to see more props, more helmets. I don't know where I'm going to put them, right? Like, you already see them at capacity with my helmets over here, so we'll figure that out, right? There's always room. But I would just like to see us build outside of Mighty Morphin, especially, like, villains, everything like that.
So unless you want to talk about Power Rangers a little bit more, let's stop with the Power Ranger talk. And shall we plug the Discord? You know I like to mention the Discord channel a bit on this channel. Talk about your Discord channel, Billy. I'll walk off for a minute.
I could talk Power Rangers all day. I really could, Mark. But Discord, man, that server, what a place it is, right? There's like 30 to 40 of us over there, always having a good time. It's very well organized. Great group of friends. We even have a Secret Santa thing going that we haven't really talked about outside of the server, but that's happening. So maybe you could join in next year. Maybe we'll do a St. Patty's Day whiskey exchange. I don't know. But Discord is great. I love the community over there. Great group of guys. You hear us constantly in our videos talking about how great they are. I can't say more than that, really. But the Discord is amazing. Come join if you want. Me and Mark can both send you links. Just drop us a DM and we'll gladly invite you.
So like I said, I want this interviewee kind of video to be fairly even between Power Rangers and Lego content. I've noted down some Lego questions to ask you. I'm probably going to be really bad at this because I don't collect Lego myself, but let's go with the Lego stuff, right? What am I going to ask about? I don't know because I can't read it while I'm talking, sorry.
You know what? I think talking about Lego is a great idea. I even got the city out for it. Let's do this.
So Lego is a big part of your YouTube in life, big part of your life in general. You know myself quite well, and you know that I don't really understand Lego. I like it, but I'd never collect it. So I want to kind of talk to you about Lego right now, but obviously remember that I know very little. Talk to me like I'm an idiot. I'd appreciate that, I guess. But remember, it is my video, so don't pick on me too much. Remember, I know very little about Lego, so like I said, please treat me as a complete newbie to the Lego side of things, because I don't know anything. I kind of want to ask you a basic question to start with, which is, what is your earliest memory as a Lego collector? Did you have Lego as a kid? And if so, what was the earliest toy that you remember from a child? Do you still have it? And if you don't, could you post a picture of what it looked like? That'd be quite cool to see. What's the oldest figure? What's the oldest set that you've got in your collection that you've bought as an adult? Either, I guess, something that you had as a child and you want to buy it again, or something that you've kind of grown interest to it now as an adult. Again, if you've got it to show, I'd appreciate that.
So my earliest memory for Lego is back when I was a youngin', you know, back when I was younger than 10. Every summer I would go visit my family a few hours away, and my cousins had a lot of Lego. Knight Legos, Star Wars Legos, all kind of great stuff. And I can remember playing with the pod racer from Star Wars, like Anakin's pod racer. And just like thinking like, man, these things are cool, right? You can build things, you can make custom things. So kind of, I've always wanted to get into Lego. And then I did during COVID, of course. And my oldest set in the collection, I actually have just handy right here. It's from 2003. It's a Lego Star Wars X-Wing. Unfortunately, the hut isn't with it for Yoda, but this is actually my oldest set. And I need to clean it and build it already. But it's just so much easier not to. It's not new in box or anything like that, but it's a great piece for my collection for sure.
So for me, one of the reasons why I won't collect Lego is the price tag. I'm such a cheap person. I'm never going to spend stupid money on things that I like. And it's hard enough for me to buy Lego for other people. It's hard enough for me to buy Power Ranger stuff for myself. What's the most expensive Lego piece that you've bought? Because obviously, it's a lot of money to collect Lego. Was it an official Lego piece, or was it like a third party kind of rip of a Lego character or a Lego set? I'm gonna guess that the Daily Bugle might be up there for the most expensive Lego set that you've bought.
Oldest set in my collection. It's actually not the Daily Bugle like you would think. You would think since it's the tallest, it might be the most expensive. But my most expensive is actually the Mos Eisley Canteen from Star Wars. That set came in at like $350. Had like 25 minifigures though. There should be a picture right now on the screen. I don't know, showing you how I have it displayed. But yeah, that's my most expensive set that I have right now.
It's meant to be an interview for you, And I'm talking about myself so much, and I'm going to carry on talking about myself because I'm such a big-headed person. As you know, I've been dealing with fire safety for over 10 years now, and that kind of leads on to this next question for you, Billy. If there was a fire in your property, and I really hope there isn't, if I, touch wood, and you could only grab one Lego piece and one Power Ranger piece, what would they be? Now, the Lego piece could be a miniature figure, or it could be a full set. I'm not going to, go, you can only have something that you can just about grab. I'm not going to be picky, but what are your two things that you're going to pick up? One Lego, one Power Rangers. What are they going to be?
Man, if my house was on fire, my Power Rangers would I grab? The autograph book I mentioned earlier. I take it to the conventions. I've gotten a good handful of Rangers to sign it at this point. So to me, that's irreplaceable. It's the 20th or 25th anniversary book for Power Rangers. So it's not really replaceable. So I would grab that in an instant. Lego, I'm gonna consider the whole city as one thing because they are technically connected by bricks. So I would shrink ray that and bring it with me, just because I love my city.
Thank you for your time, Billy. I hope that the people watching this have enjoyed this one-on-one chat as much as I have, and hopefully there'll be some questions in the comment section that I can basically make a part 2 of this, maybe. So if anyone watching this has any questions for Billy about his YouTube, about his Lego collecting, about his Power Ranger collecting that, I haven't mentioned, put the comments below. Like I said, thank you so much, Billy, for your time. Thank you so much for editing this video for me. I really do appreciate that. Is there anything that you want to say to end this video?
Honestly, Mark, thank you for having me for this great interview and editing fun. It's been a blast hanging out, answering these questions. I do have one thing to say, that if you haven't subscribed to this channel that you're watching right now, scroll down, click subscribe. If you're on mobile, just click subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when Mark has new videos coming. He's got a great plan for 2022 is what I'm hearing. So why don't you just comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff to this channel, Mark Spark. Do it.
And the last thing I want to say before ending this video is obviously, as we've mentioned, your Discord server. There's a selection of YouTubers and Twitch members that are in this server. Are there any of them that you want to mention? No? Oh, what a cruel person you are.
Of course, I want to talk about our great friends that are on all these platforms that we use. No specific order here, of course, but Lord Kratos, the Peaky Arrow, Rangers Forge, Macedon Knights Studios, Shadow Wiz, Dark Lycan, and more that I'm probably just not thinking of right now. Action Figure Man, all those great people. I'm sure, though, Mark has all their links down in the description, so you should go follow them on all the platforms that they're on. Because they're great people and they're fun to hang out with, and you should support their great Power Rangers content. Right, you gotta support the little content creators. We're the ones that are producing the best content. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, that's the interview. We did it. We had an interview that was great, and I'm glad you all watched it. I'm glad you're still here at this point in the video. Subscribe, comment, like this video, please. Support Mark. Support everybody that's out there. It's been great being here on this channel, guys. We will see you in the next collab video on one of the channels. Have a great day, guys.